Warning. The following content that you about to receive is two motherfuckers in here cussing. If your ignorant ass kids that found this fucking podcast and you don't know how to do the parental settings of this shit, that's shame on you as a parent. You gotta do better. Viewer discretion is advised, motherfucker.
Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga.
This is a for real,
like a studio.
Like studio.
Like they got gold records on the wall. Is that platinum? Have I never seen platinum in real life?
I don't think I've ever seen platinum in real life, sir.
We got real records on the wall.
Yeah,
and we got special guests.
Yes.
Over here as well.
Yes.
Hold on. What are we doing?
I don't know, man. Dude, this was okay. This was all our idea, but it was you the one that said they had the studio in your house.
Yeah.
So we're no longer in the basement or over Zoom right now. Well, we probably will be. I don't know. But this is you're in charge of that department. I just say the crazy shit. That's what I do.
Hey man, it's a yin and yang. That's why you're tag team champions.
Okay,
of the world.
that's what
you know what I'm saying. Because we have it might be you and Xavier Woods in a minute. I don't know.
Well, I no longer. I relinquished that title. I'm no longer that title anymore. If somebody's watching, I'm not that champion anymore.
Rated R is not a tag team champion anymore.
Welcome everyone to the We Coming For You cast.
Yes, sir. Welcome everybody. We are back for another episode of the We Coming For You cast live in the same place together for the first time since before the pandemic. Before everything went ape shit. Yes. So, without further ado, we're going to get into it. My name is RVS. You can find me at Franchice06. It's FRANCHICE06. And my partner right here is...
So do I do the whole thing?
You got to do it. You got to do the gimmick.
But it's...
got to do the gimmick, brother.
What's up, y'all? This is... R, the number 18, D underscore R. That don't even feel right doing it in the studio. It's crazy. And now it's going to be on camera, me acting crazy, man.
But the good thing is, because of that clap, it's going to be way easier for me to edit.
That's true. That is very true. That is very true. We have a guest here.
Yes. So we have a guest here today. We have the guest, none other than that radio guy. Y'all know him as that radio guy.
Yes, sir.
But we know him as Ric Flair's black son. The man Boogie D repping Branson Cognac today. We got product placement in here. Again, what are we doing? How are you doing today, brother?
I'm good. I haven't seen my white daddy Ric Flair in a minute. I need that check. Yeah, I love Ric Flair's my man. I love Ric Flair. Like that. That's the reason why I'm a wrestling fan.
Okay,
yeah. That is my white daddy.
Yeah. So
but I need that check though.
For sure.
Right.
Hey, yo, Charlotte, you got a brother. Like a real brother. You know what I'm saying?
A brother. Now,
but don't get it twisted. We end up on Pornhub too. Just saying. One of them stepbrother scenes. Oh, I didn't know you was in the shower.
That's why OnlyFans almost snatched their explicit content right there.
Right there.
That's why.
Yo, Andrade, I'll give you the smoke, son.
But
you got smoke, son.
For El Idolo.
Just saying. That's all good. Thank you guys for having me. Appreciate
thank you for being here.
No problem. So
kind of had to be as my wife's studio.
Hey.
There
And we
you go.
love the fact we've been trying to make this work for a couple months now.
Right.
So we just fell into it. Let's rip the band-aid off.
It's all good, man. We at Kazi Society. It's my wife's studio. Glad you guys are coming by. I love to talk wrestling.
Yes, sir.
And you guys get a chance to try some brands. So as you see, we've been drinking. So
hey,
we're
listen,
a little
y'all.
silly. We tapped this a little about an hour ago. We've been going in, but brands of cognac, Lim Chibador champagne. So by my man 50 Cent. That's his brand.
Yes, sir.
We
yes,
rep
sir.
that hard. I'm from Southside. That's what we do.
I need to get some of that, y'all. For real.
Get at Randall's here in St. Louis.
There it is.
So before we get into what we got today, we got a lot to cover.
Boy.
you ain't been living on the rock. We got a lot to cover. Before we get into it, so Boogie D, you talked about Ric Flair being the main reason why you're into wrestling.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about your wrestling fandom. Like, how else did you get into it? What was kind of the first shows that you were watching back in the day?
I go back. First of all, I'm from New York. So obviously everybody used to watch Channel 9. That was WWF TV.
Okay.
So, that's going back to the Hulk Hogan, Paul Orndorff and all that, going back to that era. Yeah. But then when we got TBS, Superstation TBS, we were able to start to get Georgia Championship Wrestling. And that changed my world because no disrespect, when Vince took over from his dad, and we're going from the Bob Backlund era into Hulkamania.
Yeah.
WWF at that time became, big guys, very cartoonish type of thing. And I wasn't a Hogan fan.
Right.
I never geeked out for Hulkamania. Yeah. I cried when he beat Andre at WrestleMania 3.
Oh.
Like literally cried.
Okay.
Because I did not want to see Hogan win. But But anyway, got into Georgia Championship Wrestling. Gordon Soley, Saturday night, TBS, 6:05 p.m. I'm official.
Yes, there you go.
All right. So, boom, Ric Flair, Four Horsemen. Like, how could you not fall in love with that?
Right.
Because, you know, as a kid, obviously, we didn't know all the things we know now.
Sure, for sure.
But watching the Four Horsemen, watching Ric Flair, I was a wrestling fan. I was hooked. And I had an opportunity when me and my mom lived in Atlanta. She took me to the Omni.
Okay.
So I got to see Tony Atlas
Wow.
and Ric Flair
Wow.
and all that up front, and even got a chance to go to the Garden back
Wow.
in the day to see all that. And here's another crazy thing about being a New Yorker. We got on certain cable platforms that you had it,
right.
you get the MSG network.
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
so we
yeah,
used to get the house shows.
Right. Okay.
Right in your living room.
Wow. Okay. Okay.
So
That's dope.
when they used to do the house shows at
Yeah.
MSG, it would come on the MSG channel. So
Oh,
I would
that's
just be
sick.
literally, you know, oh, it's wrestling on tonight,
Right.
and watch the house cards.
Right.
Yeah, no blackout rule.
No
none
blackout-
of that.
Nothing. They used
Wow.
to
I didn't even know
run
they.
them.
So I didn't know they broadcast.
Yeah, they used to
house
run them.
shows. Okay.
They
Okay.
used
That's
to do
dope.
that. No, but actually, like if you lived on the Upper East Coast, so if you had Prism, I think that was like if you was in Jersey, which is kind of like South Jersey, Philly,
Right.
You would get when they was in Philly, you got those, and sometimes you even get some of them once they went to Boston. You get some of those. Like you would actually watch the house shows,
Right.
Not
Okay.
knowing they were house shows,
Right.
It was just like, oh, wrestling
Wrestling
tonight.
on. Right.
just on
Right.
TV.
Wow. Okay. Man, that's crazy.
That's so dope. That's really dope. So, also before we get into it, real quick, man, favorite wrestling match of all time?
Of all
What you got?
time.
I mean, it's kind of hard when you watch as much wrestling as I've had, and as many wrestling matches I've been to. For me, WrestleMania 3 is arguably the greatest WrestleMania. So I would have to say that card. But when you say match, I mean, nothing is ever going to be Undertaker Mankind.
Ooh.
Yeah. That King of that was a King of the Ring.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
a King of the Ring pay-per-view, not a Hell in a Cell.
Right.
But that match, because it was real.
Okay.
For sure.
As far
Right.
as the bumps.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, gotta probably say that match. Even if we watch that match now, it's like, damn.
Yep.
Like, how did he not get
seriously hurt? Yeah,
But I think
yeah.
he did in the long run. We didn't know it. But when you say that, and I would say as far as, you know, you can go to Steamboat Flair when they had when they had their run for the belt. But also Hogan Rock, because that's a great psychology match to watching Hogan come in, NWO, Hogan leave as Hulk Hogan.
Right.
And also Brett and Stone Cold when they did did the turn to WrestleMania. Those are matches that stick out. Obviously, there's probably more matches. You know,
Everyone has.
Obviously, we're not going to say any Goldberg matches on this podcast.
Ooh.
But maybe the Diamond Dallas Page match.
That was a good
the one that got cut off on for Halloween.
we never saw that.
Yeah.
So what happened? Who won that?
We still don't know.
We still don't know.
We still don't know.
Did the streak end that night? Maybe he did
I don't
before
know.
Nash did.
Maybe it did.
That was classic WCW fuckery back
Yeah,
then.
that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
But it sounds like as we go through the conversation, we're going to talk about some more potential WCW fuckery that we was talking about. So we had a whole conversation. We had a whole conversation out in the hall. We got to run that
you
back
mean
on the show.
AEW?
Hold that thought.
okay.
Hold that thought.
WWE Part 2.
Uh-oh.
In a year.
Hold that thought though. So before we hop into that, we got to get into the listener comments. So we got a couple. First off, we got to say we had a phantom comment.
Yeah.
Right. So Daryl hit us up. He said, "Hey, there was this person that put on a comment that basically was just like it went to the Forbidden Door episode,
Right,
and put up 3 comments in a row and then deleted them. tweeted and deleted them. Man, what's
up with that, man? Why you leave? We want to hear what you got to say, man. What you say?
Come on now. We are a nice community now. If you say something crazy, we will Joan on you.
Yeah, we will.
You will get flamed.
You will get flamed.
But we nice though. Come on now. Come on.
Today we are.
Put them comments back on this video or email us. WeCominForYouCast@gmail.com. Let us know what you was trying to say, yo.
Yeah, man. We want to hear what you got to say.
I like to know. That was a great tease.
Right.
Like, I'm like, okay, if you want to smoke, send the smoke.
Send the
If you want the smoke, come on.
Send the smoke, man.
Come on, Cletus.
Yeah, man.
Come on.
Don't be scared.
But for the people that actually did put their comments out there, we had a comment from Gregory Pierce.
Gregory Pierce, what's up, man?
He commented on the episode where we talked about Booker T calling out black women more than he calls out anybody else.
Okay.
Thought provoking. So the background on that, basically when he came out, he had, I forgot what he actually said, but he was very critical. Sasha Banks, I believe, very critical of Bianca Belair.
Amber Moon. No, because Amber Moon came from his camp.
That's right.
No, that's not true. Okay,
Naomi was the one.
Yeah.
Naomi was trending on Twitter. Give Naomi a chance, and Book was just kind of like, hey man, basically like, hey, we don't do all that Twitter stuff, whatever. He old school. We understand.
We understand that.
Now, so Gregory Pierce commented on that one and said, Book is a 2-time Hall of Famer. Y'all need to put some respect on that. Now, can you dig that, sucker?
I see you, Gregory, with the smoke, man. I like it, man. Dog. No, everybody has a difference of opinion, man. No, we respect, but our name of our podcast came from Booker T, Gregory. So we respect this man. We just think he was a little off with talking about black women all the time. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, do you disagree, or is that what he did?
No, I don't disagree at all, man. Like we said it in the episode. We said, "Hey, Book, respectfully, bro. We understand that you old school. We understand that you did things in a different way. Things are a little bit different with social media and all that now. But we were just like, yo, do you have that same smoke for a Charlotte or for a Bayley or for a Becky Lynch?
Here's a question I'll ask Booker: how do you feel about what they did to Bianca at SummerSlam?
Yes.
Because the comparison to what happened to Bianca you have to bring up what happened to Kofi Kingston with Brock Lesnar.
Absolutely.
Both of those runs, for both of them, were organically put together.
Yep.
The fans were behind them, and they both got squashed. Now, here's the thing with Bianca. We don't know where the storyline is going to go with Becky because they're going to continue it. But Kofi was completely, that was it.
Yeah.
He got squashed. There was no rematch.
Yep.
They didn't bring it up.
Yep.
So I would be interested to hear what Booker has to say about that because I think you could have booked, no pun intended, the way Becky came out, even if you still wanted her to win the belt. And I don't have a problem with her winning the belt.
Right.
My problem was that you guys had an opportunity to give the SummerSlam crowd, us watching on Peacock,
for sure,
the ones in the audience, since Sasha wasn't there, which we still don't know why.
Right.
A match versus a squash, and Becky still could have went over.
Right.
And it would have been better almost if Becky went over cheating.
Right.
Because that would have solidified that she's a heel.
Exactly.
Right.
Which would have been great.
Right.
But to just do what they did, and to be honest, that was an overreaction to CM Punk.
Absolutely.
But we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that in a minute.
Yep. I think Book would probably definitely say that, it's probably a business reason why. There's no doubting that Becky Lynch, like you said, it was a reaction to a knee-jerk reaction to CM Punk. Right. But there's no doubting that Becky Lynch is a draw over Bianca.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
Look, like I said, if Becky would have won the belt in a 6-minute match,
right,
a 7-minute match,
right,
just
I don't agree with. I'm not agreeing.
Bianca something outside of we're gonna squash you. It's almost like they're taking out what's ever going on with Sasha, on Bianca.
Exactly. That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Right. And I actually said that on Twitter that night. Like the whole thing that they did with Carmella and bringing her out in the misdirection could have went into a match between Becky and Bianca Belair. And it could have been, like you said, it could have been a 6, 7, 8 minute match.
Right.
It could have been a really dope match.
Right.
With Becky losing or Becky winning at the end, rolling up, putting her foot on the ropes.
Right.
Like, why are we booking better than WWE right now?
What's up with that? Because Vince is on his way out, ladies and gentlemen.
He said
sorry, y'all gonna have to wrap your head around this.
Yeah.
That either Vince is going to sell or Vince is going to step down. But everything that the WWE has been doing in the last 3 months has all wrestling fans perplexed. Do you really let go of Braun Strowman?
That one I didn't understand that one when he let go of Strowman.
Black, you're letting go of people like
they were established. Well, they had tread. They definitely had tread with their characters.
Yeah. Yes.
So I don't know about that one, man. Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Absolutely. And side note to the people listening out there, we didn't prep Boogie D for that. He came in with that on his own.
Before you start
we've literally been saying
you tell them? No, that ain't us. That was his own thoughts.
No,
we've literally been saying Vince is on sale for the past 3 weeks.
Well, here's the thing, and just to be honest with you, because I do radio, so I work for corporations. It's not that they're letting go of wrestlers. They're letting go a lot of people in the infrastructure. And when you start so-called cleaning the books or letting go of a lot of people, you're doing that for a reason.
Right.
But you're still saying you're making profits.
Right.
So what you're doing is you're getting rid of head count because who's ever about to absorb you don't need the people.
Right. That's true. That's true.
So you're streamlining for a reason,
right?
But because you're saying you're making money,
right?
So that doesn't jive. It's like you're letting go of people, but we making profits.
Right.
Oh, so you're getting rid of redundancy in certain departments,
right?
Because if you go to NBC Universal, it'll be like, we got somebody that can make the uniforms. I don't need that person.
Right.
Exactly.
We got people in marketing. I don't need that person.
Right.
Oh, we got security. I don't need that person.
Exactly.
Because Nick Khan talking about I got rid of Braun Strowman or Bray Wyatt because of their salaries. It's like you're $1 billion company.
Exactly.
You could pay them salaries.
And the Fiend merch was heavy.
It was big time heavy.
It still is.
It still is.
They just released the Christmas Fiend Funko Pop like the other day. It ain't Christmas yet.
I mean, that Fiend belt is like one of the most expensive belts to buy.
Yeah, it was like $3,000
for a belt.
Yes,
the Fiend belt.
Yeah,
with the mask in the front
mask
of it.
on it.
$3,000,
and there's people that bought it.
Yeah,
damn. We in the wrong business. We need to be making some damn belts.
Well, I'm actually glad that we brought this up. So the next listener comment that we have is from Dark Scribe. So
what's up, Dark Scribe?
Shout out to Dark Scribe, man. Frequent emailer, frequent commenter. So his comment says, "Greetings. I hope this email finds you well. I agree with your prediction, the prediction that we're making again right now, that WWE is preparing to sell with all the budget cuts.
Right.
But I am concerned that this will be similar to the UFC sale, which will mean Vince will still be in control of the day-to-day operations. If you look at the additional moves that have been made, for example, bringing back John Laurinaitis, or forcing out Triple H's right-hand man,
right.
I think that the ultimate goal, if Vince does indeed, I think that's the ultimate goal if Vince does sell the company.
Okay.
So his question to us right now, if we bought the company, would we allow Vince to stay in control or give Vince and his entire crew future endeavors?
They got to go, bro. They done, man. They didn't had over 50 years to get this shit right. And look at what it is now. Raw is the drizzling shits. I can't watch the show, man. I think I say that every week, y'all. I can't watch. If you're watching Monday Night Raw on a Monday night and you got 3 hours of your day, you sitting there watching, the only thing you look banking on is Bobby Lashley coming out there and MVP, and I'm still waiting for him to get screwed up. You're not watching Raw. If you're watching Raw, something wrong with you. And I know they pulling ones, and they got 1 billion people watching. So it's apparently somebody watch. Is it something on there that's better than what I need to be doing? I go to the gym or something, man. I'm not watching Raw.
I mean, at this point, I've said this. I haven't watched a full episode of Raw since 2018.
It's unwatchable.
And that's when we went there live in New Orleans after WrestleMania.
Well, here's the thing. Nick Khan is there for a reason.
For sure.
And Nick Khan supplanted Triple H and Stephanie. So Vince is going to, I think, honestly step down. And Nick Khan is there to run it, and Triple H is there to be the wrestling guy. And look at it. I'm just going to be honest, folks. Vince has always looked at wrestling as a soap opera. Not as we want to call it a sport.
Sure.
NBC, Universal, whoever ends up getting this thing, as far as they're concerned, they got a wrestling TV show.
Exactly. Right.
So they just need Triple H to say what the hole's got to look like.
Right.
Because the people they're going to start bringing in don't have to be wrestlers. They're looking for athletes.
Right.
They can teach you how to do a headlock. They can teach you how to do it their way.
Right. Yep.
Because to them, it's a ballet. So a guy like Triple H, put it like this. He's the guy on an action movie set to make sure you hold the gun right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
He may not like that.
Right.
But that they're like, if you want the check, Paul, this is what you gonna do. Or you can be the next one that says Paul Levesque is now All Elite Wrestling.
Terrorizing
this All Elite.
Well, that's good. Let's stay on that thread for a hot second. Now, Nick Khan did an interview with Ariel Helwani recently. So it was a great interview, actually. Like,
man, that was a softball.
Let
him come on your show.
That
would be an interview.
We gonna
on your show. That's a real interview.
We gonna ask some questions. We gonna ask some questions. I mean, so it revealed to me. I thought it was great because it revealed a lot about Nick Khan. Because before this, I didn't know nothing about him. But Nick Khan is like deep in the business of wrestling. Like he was a bunch of cats' agent. He was Ariel Helwani's agent, so you know he wasn't going to ask no real questions.
Right.
All softballs there. I think he's worked with Jericho. I think he's worked with a bunch of wrestlers in the industry as they've been making their moves.
Okay.
He actually helped WWE get the $1 billion from Fox.
Oh, okay.
Money
and
Man.
from NBC, I believe.
Okay.
Too.
So he Drake Maverick to LeBron.
Exactly.
He's just Maverick.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Don't mean he know how to play basketball.
That's true.
Exactly.
That's
He
true.
know how to get the check.
You know how to get the check.
That's why Triple H you on the sidecar, because you know how to play ball,
Exactly.
but I know how to get the check.
Exactly.
That's why Daddy Vince put me in charge to keep the money rolling.
Yeah.
So that's why Karrion Kross is now looking like some road warrior from '95, and we like, what the hell's going on?
We're gonna come back to that later on. He looks like somebody very familiar to people who play Nintendo 64.
Okay, what happened to Scarlett?
Exactly.
Did she give up the butt to somebody in the back? Because she got kicked off of NXT.
Yeah.
She never
Or
even
maybe
showed
she
up
did,
on
or
Raw.
maybe she didn't give up the butt. That's probably what she did.
I think it's the latter.
Like, what happened to her?
I think it's that.
Oh, hey, these is jokes. These jokes.
Yeah, these allegedly. Allegedly, we don't know.
These is jokes.
We just saying,
Allegedly.
one day you were there, next thing you were gone. Even when he lost to Samoa Joe, you couldn't even come out for that.
Yo, NXT was cheering for Scarlett. They didn't
Because
want
they're like,
Karrion Kross there.
where'd she go?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the next night he come looking like a Chippendales dancer that we don't want to pay for.
So, also speaking of NXT, man, so Nick Khan talked about the fact that NXT is going to change. We're going to see.
You don't need to change.
We're going to see a lot of changes from NXT
Why?
coming soon. So, one of them, we got breaking news here on the We Coming For You cast. Probably like an hour before we walked in here, they dropped the new NXT logo.
They don't need to change nothing.
So
in
I'm
NXT.
just gonna put that right here if you haven't seen it already. But the new NXT logo is very colorful. It's got paint splattered all over it.
Very colorful.
I said it looked like the first season, the opening of the first season of In Living Color, when they were like spraying the paint around and all that. Keenan Ivory Way. Yeah, that's what it looked like to me.
You know what? It's funny. It reminded me of the Care Bears. Remember the old cartoon with the Care Bears? They all had the colorful logo.
Yeah.
Everything was coming out their stomach. Like, where are we going with this? That's when you put the money at the head of the table.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
And the wrestling people are going, hey, this is what they want to do.
But why are they changing NXT though? Why does it need to change?
So apparently,
Paul did too much of a good job. Let's give Triple H his props.
Yeah, man, he did
100%.
that.
Give Triple H his flowers,
100%.
Yeah.
He did a great job there.
Awesome.
But what they're looking at, so Nick Khan also talked about it. He said that basically what they want to do from WWE, they want to basically change the wrestlers into properties, into Marvel-like properties. They want Karrion Kross to be Iron Man, apparently.
He ain't gonna
or they
be
want
no
Becky
damn
Lynch to be Black Widow or something like that. They want all of these things. So one of their mandates that they just recently had, and excuse the language that I'm about to use right now, but they said no midgets, no guys over 30.
Wow.
That's one of the unwritten mandates for NXT.
So that's why Bronson Reed got let go. Because he was over 30. And they also saying they don't want independent wrestlers either.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a new one out. So they're saying no indie guys now. So basically what they're doing, they had a tryout in Vegas when they were there for SummerSlam.
Right.
Basically they recruiting athletes,
right?
College athletes, former professional athletes, and they want to mold them into.
All they're gonna do is let them go. They're gonna build them up and let them go. That's all they do.
Okay, here's the thing, and this is why people have to understand that the WWE that you loved will not be the same, because they are moving into a more corporate direction.
Right. That's true.
And so they don't need wrestlers. They don't even want you to have a wrestling background. They don't want you to know anything about wrestling.
Right.
Because they want to teach you their way of doing it. And their way of doing it is like, we got script writers. We have this. We want you to learn how to learn your lines. They can teach you the holes.
Right.
Hey, Paul, show them how to do a headlock, kid. That's what Paul is there for. Right. Now, if he likes that, then he'll continue to do it.
Sure.
Or at some point be like, I'm good. I'll sit down.
Right.
But that's really where they're going. That's why I said Vince didn't care that he let go all this talent.
Right.
It didn't bother him because he's like, I'm just going to be collecting a check soon.
Right.
A very big check, but I'm going to be chilling.
Right. I think, and we talk about this before on our podcast here, Vince's exit strategy was the XFL.
Absolutely.
And here in St. Louis, it was succeeding very well. For
sure.
I feel that if the TV deals and everything that he had set up for the XFL was going to work perfectly. It's just COVID killed it. And that I think that plan might have made it stopped him from maybe doing something with football or maybe doing something with the NFL. But I totally think Vince's exit strategy out of WWE was going to be the XFL. If it wasn't for COVID, who knows he probably would have stepped down maybe sooner. We don't know that.
Yeah. At some point, I want Vince to step down, but I really don't. But I don't want the Nick Khan guy in charge either.
Exactly.
Because the WWE, and you said it, Raw is super
trash.
It is super stale.
Yeah, it's trash.
NXT was fresh.
Yeah.
Now we don't know what Rainbow Bright NXT is going to be.
What the Rainbow Bright NXT?
It's like Lucky Charms, colorful cereal. We don't know what's going on with that.
Plus logo.
We don't know. And I felt even worse that a guy that I felt should have been WWE champion came back with Samoa Joe.
Yeah. Yep.
And it's like, please don't waste Joe again.
Right.
Like, I wish Joe would have just went to AEW, because it's like, he should have got the WWE title during that run with him and AJ. There was plenty of opportunities for him to get the belt.
Right.
Yeah, but I would say him and Brock too.
Yeah.
But
Brock had some bang up matches.
But now it's like, man, you're gonna waste Samoa Joe again?
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy.
Yeah,
so word on the street too with Samoa Joe is that he's supposed to have an expanded role in NXT. So I think he's going to be one of Paul's
one of the office.
Yeah, I think he's going to be one of Paul's, like, I guess Sean is his right hand man, so he's going to be his left hand man and teaching the hosts, teaching the wrestlers, being a trainer and all that. So I think that might be why they put the belt on him before they go into Lucky Charms NXT.
This is crazy. I mean, right now it's almost it's depressing because outside of Roman Reigns, because the tribal chief thing is the best storyline going, and yes, we're gonna get to The Rock, and that's
that's happening.
Now that WrestleMania gonna be lit.
That's gonna be lit,
no matter what we say.
Yeah,
exactly,
Rock,
100%
versus Roman.
That's gonna be lit.
Yeah, but
that's it.
Yeah.
They dropped the ball with Bobby Lashley. As soon as Bobby got the belt, we break up the Hurt Business.
Why I don't understand that at all. Break them.
Hey, so Rated R said on the podcast, basically when Hurt Business got together, when they were doing well, when they all won the belts, he was just like, "Yep, this is gonna be like break them niggas up, break them up,"
and he did.
Too strong.
No storyline reason, just did it.
Just broke them up.
And then next Bobby coming out with hoes. I was like, this is not the Godfather. Like, what are we doing?
Yep, they broke them up, man.
And now, I like the fact that they rechanged Bobby.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, if he's not going to fight Brock, then why are we doing this?
Listen, right here. Brock Lesnar's back. We're going to talk about Brock Lesnar in a minute, but listen, Brock Lesnar, if you're watching this show, because I know you are, Brock, fight Bobby Lashley, you coward.
Fight
him.
He said it.
Fight Bobby. Brock Lesnar is ducking Bobby Lashley. He ducking him. He ducking him. He came back from Roman Reigns.
I need you to relax.
Bobby Lashley beat Goldberg with a chair. And he was in the back chilling.
We talking, man? This ain't UFC. We talking wrestling. Brock going over.
He is. Yeah, so we know that.
He ain't running because he ain't got nothing to be afraid of.
Right. That's a good point. That is a very
Brock
good point.
going up, and and honestly, I think that's where it's gonna go. Because if you really want to make this Brock Roman thing pop, put the belt on Brock. The WWE title. Then Heyman tries to make peace and try to coexist with both.
Yeah.
As we know, that won't happen.
Right.
And then it's champ versus champ.
Okay.
I'm just saying that there could be a reason why Bobby's looking like the way they're doing Bobby is to make him look credible.
Right.
And then they'll push Brock over to Raw. Which will actually, I hate to say it, but they kind of need to do it.
I would like to see that.
Absolutely.
I would like to see that happen on WWE TV before Thriller gets it, and you're gonna be watching on a pay-per-view for $19.99, like we're about to watch Tyron Woodley fight Jake Paul. Anyway, though,
but I will say this. I'm saying this, and I'm gonna have to take a shot of Branch after this. I'm gonna do a drink champ thing.
Okay. We got to.
If Goldberg beats Bobby Lashley because Bobby put his hands on his kid, I'm done. I'm gonna take my WWE lifer card
and just throw it away.
I'm gonna be like Ric Flair. Let me out my contract.
Let me out your contract.
Burn this motherfucker down. Because if you waste Bobby Lashley
for Goldberg.
Goldberg.
Oldberg.
Oldberg.
I'm sorry. Like, this is like, you know what? I'm a burn. Like, F it. I'm done. Y'all can come get all the belts in my house. I come get all the memorabilia in my house.
Right.
I'm fuck you, Vince.
You know what? Honestly, so it's funny that you mentioned that because I think I gave away my WWE Lifer card when they fucked up the Fiend.
Yeah. You had a reason why, though.
I sat at this man's house and watched that SummerSlam when the Fiend came out. It was just like, this is the dopest shit I've ever seen.
That was that new Undertaker.
Yeah, that was that new
Undertaker.
Side note, the Fiend mask. So my brother's brother-in-law actually designed that mask. He's the guy that he lives in Washington, Missouri. He's a tattoo artist for a bunch of WWE guys.
Right.
But he drew a picture of Bray Wyatt, tagged him on it in social media, and then Bray was like, "That's dope. I got some other ideas." So he designed that mask.
Wow.
So personally, I'm like, yo,
this is dope.
This is dope. I'm in. When they had that Hell in a Cell match, Fiend versus Seth Rollins.
Yep.
And they stopped the match. Because Seth Rollins what did he do? Bury him under a bunch of shit and hit him with some chair. And the Fiend, they stopped the match. Oh, stop the match. Fiend get right back up. Wait a minute. This indestructible motherfucker
went through a whole bunch of tables.
The referee is worried about this indestructible monster horror movie looking motherfucker that come out with a lantern with a motherfucker's head on it. And you gonna stop the match? That's when I was like, you know what?
That's when those were the warning signs back then.
I can't wait to tell y'all mine.
But here's the thing though. If you look at how much the Fiend they messed up and it was a cash cow because they had the first legitimate answer for the Undertaker. Like here's somebody that we can bring out, make a super special attraction.
Right.
And we can mess with the character slightly, but we got into dumb shit with Cena and all that. I get the COVID stuff, but it's like they had something that we were invested in, and they should have never put a belt on something like that. It never made any sense.
Exactly. They didn't have to.
Like he didn't need the belt. He don't even need to be around the championship.
Exactly.
And you had somebody that honestly like. That to me tells me where I was like, you know what? Vince is not the guy no more. Because how could you not see that?
Yeah. Like, mine was when he was doing a backstage segment with John Cena and he called him a nigga and he walked past Booker T. That was when I was done being a WWE fan.
Oh, wow.
I think that was when it ended for me.
Podcast over, folks. Why are we talking about it? That's it. And we're gonna go there, brother. Hulk Hogan, nigga. Oh, my man. Sherry, save me, Sherry.
But you know that's why we call this the We Coming For You Cast, right?
That's why it's called the We Coming For You Cast.
Because Hulk Hogan, we coming for you, nigga. Because we get on this podcast, we start talking about wrestling.
Ray, I shouldn't have drank that 40.
We talk about wrestling, we forget where we at. And we at Kazi Society Studios, the beautiful studios down here in downtown St. Louis.
Can I press a button? I don't know what this one do. But
go ahead, press a button.
No, we don't want to have crickets up in here. No.
Put everybody to sleep.
Yeah, my bad.
Put everybody to sleep. All right, so let's talk about, let's switch gears a little bit because I think we're going to probably talk about this subject a little bit more. So the wrestling world is ablaze.
Ablaze.
On the other side of the wrestling town.
Yes.
The man. Gone for 7 years.
7 years, y'all.
He had two MMA fights.
We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about him getting MMA. He got his ass. Come on, we don't need to talk about that.
Hey, man. Only one of the losses count, dog. Only one of them because Mike Jackson got popped for drugs. So
stay off.
Mike Jackson. But CM Punk. All jokes aside, CM Punk is back.
He's back, y'all.
In professional wrestling. So first thoughts, we're going to start with Boogie D, man. First thoughts on seeing CM Punk, the execution at AEW, like how they did it. First thoughts.
Biggest pop ever. Rivals. The pop alone, the energy that came through, it was the biggest moment for AEW.
Yes.
Yeah.
That put AEW on a different level. Sure. Now we got to see what they do with it.
Exactly.
I mean, the way it went down was almost flawless, and AEW does nothing flawless, as we know. Chris Jericho falling off the cage,
right?
The explosion that never happened,
right?
So AEW's had a lot of missteps, and they've had a lot of debuts that didn't really feel special,
right?
Yeah.
I agree with that one. This one did.
This felt like wow, they have arrived.
Yes.
Now what do we see what happens next?
Right.
But as far as CM Punk, let's be honest about this situation.
Okay.
And let's talk about this as wrestling fans, not that we just want to mark out.
Okay.
I feel like I know where you're going, but go ahead.
No, I'm just saying I love CM Punk's run when they finally figured it out after the pipe bomb. Yep. And I love that CM Punk. And so that's the CM Punk that we remember. That's the CM Punk we want back, right? We just don't know what we're going to get.
That's true.
Exactly.
So and so we got to kind of wait and see. Being gone for 7 years, and and Punk to me, I believe, is a wrestling fan. I think he's a fan truly at his heart. I'm going to take a more wait and see reaction because I think AEW has a great opportunity in front of them.
Right.
And then with Daniel Bryan coming and possibly Bray Wyatt and maybe Adam Cole, they have an opportunity to really become not just WCW or TNA or anything like literally they have a great opportunity to become a true almost number 2 that could challenge number 1 because I believe WWE is in a different space right now.
It's not going
They're not going anywhere.
And that Punk reaction, that Punk mark out, that was it for him.
Right.
So we just got to see where it's going to go. So, I don't know yet.
Right.
Question mark. And we got to see the matches.
Yep.
Rated R, let me know what you think.
Again, executed very well, y'all. I mean, he came out there. That was the biggest pop, I think, outside of Michael Jordan in the United Center. Like, that's what it sounded like, I think I got to agree with my man over here. We got to see what we do with it. Punk, he was gone for 7 years. And I think that loud pop was just an over-resounding sound of fans wanting something different, and with a mixture of we want our Chicago Sun back, we want CM Punk back. Right. The question is that the landscape that AEW is in is the type of Punk that we want back. Is that what we're gonna get? I'm gonna say no. I think we're gonna see. I would like to see a difference of character in Punk. I would like to show me something like what Chris Jericho is doing over there. Chris Jericho is starting to become one of my Mount Rushmore wrestling of all time. Welcome. Anytime somebody can come out in a wrestling ring and sing your song with no music on, verbatim, that's crazy. I've never seen that before. So I want to see that type of extension of CM Punk, and I know it's in him because it's like you guys said, he's a fan. I want to see what levels and what depths of his character can we see on TNT TV. I want to see something different than what's not on WWE, but it still works.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah. So I will say this, man, and y'all know from seeing me, man, I'm high on AEW. Very high on AEW. AEW shield, mate.
Flipping and flopping and dodging and dipping and all that shit.
The flipping and flopping and running and dodging, all that. And this thing calmed down a little bit too. I will say that. I will say that.
When it first came out, that shit was it was like playing Tekken.
They did have some Tekken tag tournament vibes in there. Man, first and foremost, the return of CM Punk, really dope. The way that they did it was dope. The way that they just opened the show, let the fans cheer for it, hit the music, boom. They apparently they were thinking of having Tony Schiavone out there and they introduced CM Punk and they nixed it. Very good idea. Probably the best idea.
Before you finish, I want to know how much In Living Color is getting paid off royalties for this damn song now. They're getting paid.
That's a great song though.
Yeah, it is. It's a phenomenal song.
It's a great song. But here's the thing though. The WWE had paid for the rights to the song. So my question is, did Tony Khan cut a check to Vince?
Yeah. Maybe. Yeah, maybe.
To be like, let us get that.
Okay.
Well, I guess it depends on what was the length of time that WWE paid for it. So I'm assuming that they paid for it in perpetuity for DVD.
No, you know what?
The network and all that.
No, because he came out with his UFC.
He came out in the UFC.
So maybe they had to let the rights go. But here's the thing with CM Punk. We just, it's a wait and see. We don't want to say anything negative.
Nope.
Because we don't want people to think we shooting shots to shoot shots.
Yeah.
But for AEW, it's like, okay, you got some really big names coming. And I mean, names that dwarfs your current locker room.
That's true.
No disrespect.
Right. That's true.
But the names that we're talking about dwarfs your locker room.
Right.
Right.
If you start to lose your locker room, That is what we've always heard. What happened in WCW? Oh, too many of the WWF guys. Everything's NWO. Mm-hmm. What's the problem with WWE right now? The problem with WWE right now, everybody that leaves, they say the exact same thing. Too much control. Right. It's not fun. Right. It doesn't feel like wrestling. Mm-hmm. So that is a backstage culture problem. Mm-hmm. That if Vince really cared, he can fix immediately. Right. And make people happy. Yeah. People are dying to get out of there, right. Sasha Banks, because they're not happy. and over here, AEW is supposed to be, oh, you can be a wrestler and you can be fun. Right. Okay, so, but now that's great. But then if you're Lance Archer, you're Darby Allin, right? Yep. And you're Eddie Kingston, right? Yep. You're going, well, there's Daniel Bryan, there's CM Punk. There's Bray Wyatt.
I'm dropping down.
There's Adam Cole, possibly. Well, there's Sasha Banks walking in the ladies' locker room. Right. Britt Baker. Who's following right behind Sasha Banks? Britt Baker. Here comes Charlotte. Oh, okay. Now, where do I fit?
Well, so to that point, the other thing I was going to say that I liked about CM Punk's debut was the fact that, okay, he got what he needed to say out. Next thing he said was, Darby Allin, I'm coming for you at All Out. Like, basically to put him over. Okay. So at this moment, I have faith in AEW booking that they will still have people in the mix, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Problem is, now, like I said, AEW Shield, AEW, okay. Hold on, right before that. The problem is, I'm not quite sure Punk can go like that anymore.
Okay, so your AEW Shield, I'm going to go by TNT executives and the people putting money in the building. Yeah. CM Punk may be in the back tomorrow. I'll put Darby Allin over. TNT is going, oh, fuck, no, you not. You better get that shit out your head right about now, CM Punk.
Now, but
your ass will be winning at All Out.
Well, hold on now.
If just make the kid look good, but ain't no way you going to get a 1, 2, 3 in your first match in AEW.
Right, and that's honestly, I am afraid of that. That's the part I'm afraid of.
And that's where the locker room, because now you're saying to Darby Allin, we need you in the biggest match of your life, right, to take a loss.
Right. Where wins and losses matter. That's true. The key. Yep. That's the part that I'm like, I don't know.
Smart booking, smart wrestling fans. There is a way to make you lose and to elevate Stone Cold.
Yep. Bret Hart. Right.
Absolutely.
Okay. Yep. So that's what we don't know.
Right.
What we're going to get.
Right.
But Punk may be willing to do every job.
Right.
Every job. But TNT and I'm sorry, he's spending daddy's money. Yeah. Oh, hell no.
Yeah.
A good example of that is Cody Rhodes coming back, and he had that, he was gone for a while. He came back with the dark hair.
Yeah.
But he was on Go Big Show with blonde hair.
With blonde hair.
What kind of hair did he come back with that next week?
That black hair.
He had blonde hair that next week because TNT was like, yo, you doing promo for this show. You got blonde hair on there.
That's true. You better keep having that blonde hair.
You better put that blonde hair back on.
Yeah.
You better put that bleach back in your hair.
That's true. That's true.
I just think that, AEW has to be very careful that when you bring in these mega stars and you're going to pay them mega star money, at some point you got to somehow put that belt on them.
This was the point that I was going to make when we was outside. We was talking. I think there is enough history now where I don't think, because Tony Khan is a fan. He's a fan like we are.
Spending daddy's money.
But I think the mistakes that WWE, Impact, whoever, I think the mistakes that are known now, and I think he may be maybe not trying to follow in those same footsteps. Prime example with Impact. Impact failed because they brought, and this is no disrespect to Eric Bischoff, but it failed because they brought in all these older-minded thinkers. And I'm not trying to say Eric Bischoff is older-minded. I like Eric Bischoff because I met him before. But I don't think. I know wrestling is cyclical, but I think at some point you're gonna have to change the way it was done. I don't think you want to follow in the same footsteps that they all did. And they're kind of doing it right now. You brought in Punk, you bringing in Daniel Bryan, you bringing in all these other WWE stars. But maybe one day somebody needs to sit back and look, man, we're following the same footsteps that all these other companies have doing, and look what's happened to them. Let's do something different. I don't understand why none of these companies are building up their prospective people to be the workhorses of the company. That's how it happened when it was in the territory days. And that's probably why the territories was better, because you had different stars in each territory. Right. Ric Flair owned St. Louis. You had, who was Kansas City? Was that the Harley Race? Yeah. New York was Bruno. But you had these different guys that were stars in their own, world. Right. I don't think they need to go down the same. I think that the mistakes that were made are out there. It's digitalized, so you can see it when there's documentaries on it. At some point, Tony Khan, you got to go your own path and do something different.
I will say this: the reason why you have Impact in New Japan working with AEW is to kind of try to filter some of this talent around.
Right.
So what you can do is you can take Daniel Bryan and say, okay, let's move Daniel Bryan around because he wants to go to Japan. So now he can go from AEW, he can go to New Japan. We can keep him away from the title. Okay. We can put him on TV.
He might go straight to New Japan.
He might.
So the thing is that I understand what you're saying, that I think that is a mindset that AEW, and I think that that's what they would like to do. But once you start playing with corporate money, and you're on a major network, and now you want to go to TBS and you're on TNT, and they're putting money into the product, they only care about ratings, and they're sitting around. They're not wrestling fans. They're not wrestling diehards. They're saying, well, wait a minute, I know that name because of what Vince did, and WWE is still the standard bearer.
Absolutely.
Now you're having a conflict with the boardroom, and it happens with every wrestling company that tries to go big. Even when ECW, when they were having problems with the network. TNA was having problems with the network. Because they wanted to go up against Vince because y'all got Hulk Hogan.
That was a Hogan idea.
But still the network wanted to do it because
ECW had problems with the network because Paul's an asshole.
But it's still even Vince is having problems because USA is screaming, why is all the good stars on Fox?
Yes.
So you got to understand, it's not, these people don't have Thanos type power to snap their fingers and do what they want because they got Infinity Stones. These Infinity Stones are rented.
Absolutely.
Tony Khan don't own these Infinity Stones. His daddy got an interest, TNT got an interest. And so that's where the problem comes in, is because Jon Moxley promo, if you remember the promo he cut a week before Punk debuted. That was him basically saying, y'all not gonna screw me.
That's exactly what it was.
I left Titan. I came to you. You're not gonna put me into the mid card. And you know what Tony Khan said? Jon Moxley mid card title.
Jon Moxley fighting 2.0.
Chris Jericho. We're gonna have to put you in the commentary booth, because I do agree. The two biggest stars that AEW has that can rise to that level is MJF.
Yes.
So he needs to win this match.
Because he's going to win this match.
Because if they don't, it's like, that's Vince booking. And possibly Darby Allin. I don't know if Darby Allin could be AEW World Champ, but there's something there, right?
Exactly. That's what I was going to say as far as the TNT representatives and all that. When you look out in the crowd, you see all the little kids, half their face painted. They got their skateboards and all that. All that is really marketable, especially the TNT audiences, where they showing all the different shows on there.
So you think they should have put him in there with Punk?
Yeah, I think so.
And he can't go over?
We'll see. That's the part that's the part that I'm afraid of.
Okay, so if we want to just, can we fantasy book for 2 seconds?
Sure, go ahead.
Absolutely.
So if you're like us, we're saying, okay, Punk, Darby Allin. Most people are saying, well, Punk's got to go over. So other people are saying, no, Darby Allin has to go over. So now we got a problem. Punk really can't lose his first match. But if he does lose, there's got to be a reason why he loses. So are we saying Daniel Bryan comes out and he's the if Daniel Bryan screws Punk, now we got something. But ladies and gentlemen, that's a WWE feud.
But it is.
Day one on AEW TV. And goes right to my point. You immediately went to a WWE storyline.
But here's the other thing, though. So, at All Out, we're predicting that MJF is going to beat Chris Jericho, right? If we're predicting
I don't really know that, to be honest. I don't know.
All right, I'll call that right now. We'll say MJF beats Chris Jericho. Then, main event, CM Punk versus Darby Allin. MJF comes out. And it's like, look, I'm tired of all of y'all. I'm the youngest. the best superstar.
Right.
He cost CM Punk the match.
I like that part because then you're taking an AEW guy.
Exactly.
If it's Daniel Bryan that causes, now it's WWE Part 2.
Exactly.
Right.
So we don't know. So if they have a screw job finish in mind, it has to make sense because aren't they in Chicago?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Chicago will riot.
Yes.
So
and they have to show them riot.
no, they have to know.
They have to show them riot on television.
This is where it comes. Nobody in Chicago is coming to see Punk lose his first match back. They're not.
Right.
They're not.
Right.
So if you are gonna cost Punk the match, it better be of a caliber of a star that they're gonna respect. If it's Sean's fucking Spears with a chair, they're gonna tear that motherfucker down.
That is absolutely true.
I think Daniel Bryan's gonna screw him.
You think Daniel Bryan's gonna screw him?
It's gonna screw
okay,
him.
but now we in it, and you know what Vince is doing? Vince got a chubby.
Yes. Yeah.
Linda, watch Linda. Come on. They're doing what I knew they were doing.
Go get some of these grapefruits.
Come on, Linda. Hop on this thing. They're doing what I knew they were doing. They're overpaying. They're doing my stuff.
Didn't I tell you? I told you. They can't do it without me.
Can't do it without me.
Now, I will say also. So,
Man, y'all stupid, man.
hey, we told you before you walked in. Hey, it ain't your normal wrestling podcast. Now, I think in general, we've seen a lot of ex-WWE people come in. I say this all the time, man. WWE had 300 people on the roster 2019. Like, you gonna have ex-WWE people coming in, their Impact, Ring of Honor, all that. The thing that I hold out the hope for is that so far, they haven't really been rehashing old WWE feuds, right? So they've been mostly putting their Christian with Kenny. I'm with Kenny Omega right now. Big Show is fighting QT Marshall for some reason.
QT Marshall.
You know what I'm saying? Like they've been keeping cats apart.
And I agree with you, and that's why next Saturday, this whole Punk Darby Allin, this finish is we're gonna see where they're going.
Exactly,
because if it's an AEW guy like an MJF or let's say the Young Bucks, but if it's Jon Moxley, if it's Daniel Bryan, now the locker room is gonna see that and then go, oh, now it's gonna start.
Let me ask y'all this: when do y'all think that the honeymoon phase of AEW is over? When does it stop? I'm like, okay, Tony Khan's like, okay, we done brought enough leverage in from WWE. It's time to start making some money. When do y'all think that's gonna happen?
Now.
Okay.
Okay.
I think the minute you got Punk, Daniel Bryan signed, there was a lot of people looked at them contracts like, yeah, man, you better start figuring this out. Because you just bringing in toys.
Yeah.
Well, you got to think about it. The moment that they start worrying about the money is when they created a second show for advertising.
Okay.
The show ain't nothing but an hour.
Right.
They have 3 wrestling matches on it. The rest is commercial.
Right.
I mean, but that's because Junior spend it, and they like, yo, money you spend it.
And I can't tell you the last time Jacksonville Jaguars made it to the playoffs. Them motherfuckers ain't going nowhere. I'm sorry,
they ain't going to playoffs. Shout out to
I ain't got nobody from Jacksonville on my fantasy team. I'm sorry.
You ain't had no Blake Bortles.
Hell no, I ain't got no damn Blake Bortles.
That's because Jacksonville trying to go to London.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, that's real.
Or they can bring their ass or they can come to venerate this piece of shit around the corner if they want to.
Nah, ain't nobody come back to that. You might let that go.
I don't even want to back her, dog. So we just to talk about we talked about CM Punk a little bit. There was one person that was very vocal about CM Punk and when he came back in his promo specifically. So
Booker T,
our boy Booker T, man. So I'm happy.
He got something to say about everything.
I know why he's saying it.
But you know what? This is the first time in a while that he ain't been saying it about a black woman. So I'm good.
You know why Booker T?
I'm good.
You know why Booker T talking shit?
What?
Because the con can't give him no check.
Exactly.
He like Mark Henry getting a check, Big Show getting a check. Shit. Well, you gonna get Ric Flair check? Wait, where my check?
Well, I'll go. You one better.
Check?
One better. So Booker T runs a wrestling organization called Reality of Wrestling. Mm-hmm. They the Usos, Ember Moon, like 5 people that got signed in Vegas, all came from reality.
I think I know where you're going with this.
Booker T gets a cut from that.
Right. Yeah.
From all of them.
So you trying to say that Booker T is trying to have his ROH be the NXT of AEW?
Absolutely. He ain't messing up his bag, man. He is not messing up his bag.
Okay, I can go with that.
Okay, so what was Booker T upset about with Punk's promo?
Now, he said, CM Punk is back, man, and I got a chance to witness.
No, you gotta talk like him.
Oh, yeah, right.
You gotta talk. Go do it.
CM Punk is back, man, and I got the chance to witness the return of CM Punk. I really did. I don't know, you guys. You guys out there are big AEW fans. You guys will agree to disagree with me.
It's good.
It ain't good. But me, I'm always telling it like it's his. Y'all know that.
Sucker.
And I'm gonna tell it like it's his on this one. I want you all you listeners, I need you guys to challenge me on this one. I'm begging you to challenge me on what I'm talking about. Booker T continued. CM Punk came back. He had a full 10 minutes of television to go out there and make his point as far as CM Punk being back.
Okay.
He had the perfect crowd to be able to go out there and really, I'm talking about have a party up in the United Center. Mm-hmm. But CM Punk came back and took his moment to choose to talk about WWE. That right there was a total miss as far as I'm concerned. He struck out. I can only imagine if The Rock had the same 21,000 in Miami, Florida. The Rock would have talked about every landmark in Miami and everybody in that Miami frequented, and he would have had them fans going crazy with excitement.
How the hell does he know?
But CM Punk chose to talk about WWE, and in that 9 minutes went back so slow when it could have been a party going on in the United States.
But did he really talk about WWE? I don't think he did.
He did, but here's the thing,
it was indirect.
Okay, but here's
it was indirect as hell.
But the reason why Punk been gone for 7 years is because of the WWE.
Right.
And Punk is a guy that has been very honest about his problems with the WWE. So it's no way he could have walked out there and not somehow reference the WWE. But I do agree with Booker. What Booker is saying is that everybody that has come from the WWE
absolutely
has said the same thing.
Right.
Okay, we get it.
Right.
It's an unhappy workplace.
Right.
Okay. That's why I'm looking at Vince and I'm going, everybody's saying the same thing, dog.
Okay.
If you would stop the running of people trying to get out, if you somehow listen to what people are saying. I don't like working here. Yes, you pay me a lot of money. It's the biggest company in the world, but I'm unhappy. Right. So, but what was Punk gonna say? If Punk didn't somehow acknowledge, something, people have been like, that ain't the guy. No, the guy. That's not the guy that ain't been on Twitter. But he didn't do it in a way that I thought was malicious. Right. He basically said, I was not going to go back to the place that made me sick.
Exactly.
Okay. And the place that took the love of wrestling out of me.
Right.
I didn't. I mean, but why did Mark Henry leave? Mark Henry said the same thing. Yep. I asked for opportunities, I couldn't get it. Mm-hmm. Big Show, I asked for opportunities, I couldn't get it. Yep. You asked Andrade and the rest of them, they were like, I'm happy to let me on my contract. Why? They wasn't doing nothing with me.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't want to do scripted promos. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that. Why did John Moxley leave? So it's a common thread. I think with Booker T right now, I think you're right. He's carrying the WWE flag.
Okay.
God bless you, Booker. I'm not trying to mess up your check.
Right.
Don't mess up your check, bro.
No, don't do that.
But let's not say Punk did not spend the entire time running. He didn't run down his problems with Triple H or with it. He basically was like, I'm sorry I didn't go back sooner because you guys wanted to see me.
Right.
I wasn't running back to a place that I didn't like working there.
Right. I got you.
Flat out.
And that's it. Yeah, and the ice cream bar thing was great because that was a callback to the pipe bomb, and it was a payoff that never happened.
It never happened. Yep. Yeah, you're right.
So
you're right.
So how is that a bad thing?
Right.
Yeah.
Now, the one bad thing about the ice cream bars is that I've been thinking about this all week. How'd they keep them ice cream bars frozen?
That's a good question.
A freezer?
But they were giving them out. Like they showed a video of people handing them out at the door of the United Center with people.
Wait, coming in or going out?
Going out.
Yeah, I figured. Well, yeah, they just had them in freezers.
They probably had them in freezers on the way out.
Man, I hope so. Everybody got a melted ass ice cream bar.
I'm going to just ask this question: if you're trying to buy one of them on eBay, because I heard they're going for eBay, how you think it's going to get shipped to you cold?
Wait a minute, how much are they going for on eBay? Because
it's out of control right now.
You know what time it is? It's time for another one of these rated R rants. Let me tell you something. You motherfuckers who paying $3,500 for one of CM Punk ice cream bars, Y'all the same motherfuckers that all of a sudden want to get these damn milk crates and want to jump on top of these damn milk crates and play the Negro Olympics. I don't want to hear no more about me watching pro wrestling and y'all getting entertained on Facebook with motherfuckers jumping on top of milk crates and falling on their ass. I enjoy what the hell I watch. If you enjoy that shit, that's you, but that's some stupid shit. But see, all rated R wrong for saying that shit. Get off the damn milk crates and leave me alone. Let me watch my shit. Continue the show, y'all. Thank you. That concludes one of Rated R rants.
Well,
I
want to get that off.
I just want to know if you do buy it for $3,500, how does it come to you frozen? Hey, I'm asking it because I've gotten shit off of eBay. They don't pack shit right.
They don't.
So I'm like, you trusting somebody to pack an ice cream bar that makes sure it ain't melted slop when it show up to your door and you spent $3,500.
Well, for $3,500, they better have all the dry ice in that box.
I didn't even think about that. I would have never thought about buying ice cream, first of all, off of fucking eBay.
Right. I'm not buying no damn ice cream off eBay.
I'm sorry. I mean, but let me ask you, if you got a CM Punk ice cream bar, don't you kind of want to eat it?
No.
So you know somebody's gonna collect it and be like,
so you're gonna put the shit in your fridge. So you're just gonna show people, look, I got one of them balls.
Look, okay, let me put it back.
But you're never gonna open it?
It's gonna be sitting back there with the Arm & Hammer.
Okay, but do you open it? Do you take it out the wrapper and you put it like, I guess, in another container so you can see it?
You know what? Maybe what you do, you eat the ice cream bar, but you save the wrapper. You put the wrapper in.
But it's not gonna have its value if it don't have the ice cream.
Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see the ice cream bar part. So did it look like the old WWF with the?
I didn't see it. I still haven't seen it.
It looked like an ice cream sandwich because Taz was eating one on TV. So it looked like an ice cream sandwich. But
the old WWF ones, the character was in the breading.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it was all that. I think it was a regular ice cream sandwich.
So he just bought him like some good humor shit.
Yeah, like,
he didn't have no
Prairie Farms.
No. You're not spending $3,500. It didn't say CM Punk return.
No, it was just a wrapper.
I don't know if it said it on the ice cream bar. It said it on the wrapper.
The wrapper.
Wait a minute. So the ice cream was just a regular one of them regular ass.
Like when Taz bid it on last.
Like
it wasn't. Like in the shape of CM Punk, it didn't look like CM Punk.
It looked like Taz was eating ice cream.
So he just bought wrappers.
He bought wrappers.
And
put them on. So it don't even. I didn't even got the shit like the Bump Out Man got nothing like that.
No.
Yeah, y'all know what the Bump Out Man is.
I gotta see a picture of that because that's not 30. The wrapper ain't $3,500.
No,
I don't give two shits about no ice cream wrapper.
And that's what I'm saying. Hey, if you hang it up on your wall, hey man,
if he signed it,
right? Yeah, something like
I'm not paying no $3,500 for no damn ice cream wrapper. I'm sorry, man.
I'm gonna say something that's real. I'm gonna tell you how much of a wrestling hypocrite I am.
Oh man,
because Ric Flair is my white daddy. But I have a signed Hulk Hogan belt.
I had.
Can you? God damn it! If you want to buy it,
after he said that.
And no, I have the Hulk Hogan belt that only Hogan wore during his WWF Championship run. It's the only belt that he never lost that belt. This is before Wing Eagle.
Okay,
I have that belt signed by Hogan. I have the picture of Hogan signing the belt.
Yes.
And yes, I'm not a Hogan fan, but goddamn it, that's one of my most cherished things in my collection.
But here's the thing,
because he is still Hulk Hogan, brother.
Yeah. That don't make you a hypocrite. That makes you a businessman.
And I wasn't mad. Right. And I wasn't mad that he got caught saying nigga about Brooke, because I'd have said the same shit.
Listen,
because you don't lie. Don't lie. You'd be like, this white boy ain't coming up here and take him. You would have said the same shit if you had a black daughter.
Wait.
You had some white boy trying to give her the pipe. You would have been going on some mother. You would have said the same. Like we gotta sometimes we gotta keep this shit real.
Well, hold on. So you would have said, yo, if she do bring this white boy home, he gotta be 6'8" and worth $8 million.
That's what he said.
I mean, I have a son. Okay. And
so if he bring a white girl home,
his mama gonna say wild shit.
That's real.
So, and I mean, if this may be a sweet girl that Cole bring home, she may be a nice person, but Jamie gonna say some shit that we don't want on the phone. Because that's what you do in the privacy of home. You say it don't make you a racist to sometimes say how you feel.
Right.
It's just that, you know, Bubba, the guy that set him up was Bubba the Love Sponge. He was out for a check. So I was never mad at Hogan. I was like, I mean, duh. Like,
but the part, and I say this all the time, the part that messed me up, it wasn't even him saying that about Brooke. It was the part he said, you know, I am a little bit racist.
He did to a point. That's what he said.
But we are okay. So like Ric Flair's my white daddy. You don't think at some point he sat Charlotte down and said, this Andrade guy.
Oh, you know Ric Flair that did that shit. No, we know.
Rick was like, at the tape, this Andrade, is it serious? Yeah. I've been down to Mexico a lot.
Wait, he from Tijuana?
Rick just looking at Charlotte. Charlotte, what are you trying to say there? I'm just saying, I wrestled a lot in Mexico. You sure? Y'all serious? Grandbabies? Serious? I'm just saying, grandbaby serious?
Now, let's not mince words here, man. Ric Flair, we talked about this a few episodes ago.
We talked about this a few episodes.
Ric Flair told Teddy Long.
Yeah.
So there was the whole story about Ric Flair calling Teddy Long a nigga. Yeah. Right?
Yeah.
But what happened was there was some hoes backstage way back in the day.
It's probably here.
Right, it probably was here. Teddy Long was a referee. Teddy Long was a referee at the show. Some hoes got in. They said, the black referee let us in.
Uh-oh.
Teddy Long said, Ric Flair walked up to and said, nigga, do you like working here?
And you know what? Let's call it what it is. Okay, now we off on a tangent. Okay,
before you go there, Teddy Long said later on, Ric Flair walked up to him. He was like, "Hey man, I was wild.
You damn right.
Come on, man. Yeah, come on."
Okay, because here's the thing. And this is funny because this goes back to Booker T. So we're gonna go pre-story, then we're gonna bring it all the way full circle. Ric Flair storyline with Junkyard Dog was one of the most racist storylines in history. Fast forward, Triple H and Booker T redid the whole storyline. So I'm not. If you're gonna tell me, if somebody said you say Ric Flair's your white daddy, you think Ric Flair ever said nigga? I was like, hell yeah, he probably said it in the fucking line. He probably said it this morning. I'm not talking about Richard Flair, the guy. I'm talking about his character. So that's why I'm saying yes. I can see him at a dinner table with Charlotte going, "This Andrade, we talking grandkids? Do I need to brush up on my Espanol? I just want
hell to know.
No. How serious are we going? I've had taste in my time, Charlotte, for some different things. I just want to know where we're going.
Some arroz con pollo.
And I'm saying we wouldn't want to hear that conversation, right?
Absolutely.
It's the same thing, or I guess because we're on a different tangent. It's the same thing with Hogan. We know wrestling has always had racist connotation, especially because of African-American wrestlers. That's why we talked about how Bianca got done, how Kofi got done. Yes. Even Bobby Lashley.
Yes.
Vince booked him like a pimp.
Yeah, right.
He did. We went from Bobby Lashley. It was basically a black version of the Four Horsemen.
Yes.
To now MVP's bringing out strippers and drinking champagne. That's That's a white man thinking what black people would do if they got some money.
Right.
Well, ain't that what you do when you get some money? You go to the club and you turn up and you get the bottle and the girls.
You make it rain.
You make it rain.
That is what you do, damn it.
And I think Bobby walked in there with his white wife and said, "Look at my wife. You know how much shit I'm getting when I go home."
Right. Side note on this here program, shout out to Matt. We call Bobby Lashley the king of white women.
So I'm just saying, I ain't turning up at no damn club, Vince.
Right.
I'm watching CSI with LL like you.
All right, man. We gotta move on. Before we get out of here, man, we gotta talk about SummerSlam. Now, WWE just put out the news that this SummerSlam was the biggest and most watched SummerSlam.
That's crazy.
Of all time.
That's crazy.
Of all the times. Now, initial thoughts on SummerSlam, man. With Boogie D, let's start with you. What did you think of SummerSlam overall?
It's only two things to talk about. They screwed Bianca. Yep. And the main event was what we thought it was going to be. You had two of the greatest in there, and the Brock coming out. And, I mean, great. I mean, we all knew John was coming in to do the job.
Right.
Exactly. Right? But they really did make you feel like John could win.
Right.
And that's the great thing about what Roman and John did, because you really didn't know. Because once again, we are talking about Vince. And, you know, John's going over tonight for whatever reason.
Right.
But I thought the match was good. I thought, Brock coming out, I think they had to do that.
Right.
it was a good SummerSlam, I guess, but it wasn't a lot to sink your teeth into. I hate the fact that we're going to get another Goldberg-Lashley match, which scares me because I think they would put Goldberg over Bobby for whatever reason. Yeah. Hope they don't do that. But, I mean, the big thing was how they did Bianca.
For sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Rated R, man. What you got on SummerSlam?
It was. I thought, like you said, just those two matches. Well, no, the Edge and Seth Rollins match was dope. That was a dope ass match. Cena, you know, he was gonna take that L. For sure. They made him look believable. They made him look like John Cena, but it just, you know, it's Roman's time. Some of the promos that Cena was saying about Roman during the whole program kind of didn't really make sense. Where he's saying that, well, we're tired of this Roman Reigns experiment and it's not working. I'm like, nah, bro, this one's working this time.
No, we ain't tired of it.
It's working. But yeah, now I thought they were gonna pull the trigger on, you know, here comes Brock. Brock comes out, beat the shit out of Roman Reigns, and here comes Big E Langston to cash in Money in the Bank. But then I remember Vince is not going to have two black world heavyweight champions in this company, and I'm going to leave it there. SummerSlam, I give it 1.5 R's out of 5.
Well, now you got the rating system. You got the rated R rating system, man. I'm gonna have to make a graphic for that. Man. I'm making a graphic for the rated R rating system right now. So I actually posted on Twitter, and it got a lot of traction about SummerSlam, all that. A lot of people mad at me, a lot of people agreeing. I was basically like, yo, based on the two things,
there was a knee-jerk reaction. You know what? I would not be surprised if Vince called Brock the night before and say, "Hey, bruh."
Hold that thought.
No, he called Becky because Brock was coming out. It's the Becky one they overshot.
Oh, okay.
Hold them thoughts. Basically, I said this. Hey, man, some dope matches. We talked about the main event. We talked about Seth and Edge. WrestleMania was ass, bro.
SummerSlam was ass.
I mean, y'all not WrestleMania, my bad. SummerSlam was ass, bro. It was ass. And because of the good that they did was overshadowed by the bad.
That's true.
And I felt like I sat there for 3-4 hours and watched it. It was just like
episode of Raw.
It was an episode of Raw. I haven't watched Raw since 2018.
Without commercials.
And I'm like, yo, no, it had commercials.
They had commercials. Oh my God, they got commercials in the pay-per-view?
And you know what? Here's the problem. Peacock, you're going to have to get some of that old WWE stuff that we can just go to where we want to go to.
Yeah, man.
Don't get me started on Peacock.
All that trying to fast forward, man. Let me just go to the match I want to go to because I agree. I had to watch SummerSlam in the airport the next day because we was in New York. So it was just like, man, I'm fast forwarding because you're right. I didn't sit there for 5. To be honest with you, I can't give Vince 3 hours on Monday night. I can't give him 4 hours on some of these shows because a lot of that stuff is like. Here's the problem: we got a lot of filler stuff,
right?
Sure,
that we don't care about.
They had a whole segment where they were advertising Pure Life water that they had. The one good thing was that Xavier Woods came out wearing that shirt.
Okay.
And he was dressed like Razor Ramon.
Okay.
But they had Miz and Morrison out there spraying the little pump jack off water bottles, right? And then Xavier Woods came out with a super soaker, and that was the whole segment. And I'm like, yo,
product placement.
Yeah, product placement. Even worse. Somebody that I follow on Twitter, somebody I respect, was just like, man, I really want some Pure Life water right now. God. I'm like, yo, this ain't for me. This ain't for me no more.
But the WWE has always been corporate and it's always been things of that nature. Yeah. I just think you're going to get more of it.
Right.
And that's just kind of where it is. I mean, you know what? To sum it all up, for us to feel as wrestling fans, it's like we want AEW to succeed.
Right.
And we don't want them to get in their way. It's because it's like, don't give Vince this W.
Right.
Because he ain't trying.
He's not trying.
No, he's not.
Like, he ain't trying.
He's not.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, don't let somebody win when they're not trying.
Right.
Like, they're doing more. He's doing more to drive us away.
Exactly.
Right.
Than to keep us.
Yep. Yeah.
And it's like, I just can't run to AEW because there's a lot of shoddy booking on there. The matches sometimes don't make no goddamn sense. They don't. It'd be a lot of super kicking and 37 finishes and then all of a sudden it's the poke of doom and then they down for 3 counts.
Somebody get rolled up. Yeah.
Right.
It's like you don't kick them in the ground, you throw them off the stage,
ran them over with a golf cart.
Them over, kicked out, boom, poke of doom. Oh, he's done. And I mean, and I understand as a company growing, but it's like I want to give them the AEW. I want to give it to them, but it's like, yo, I just don't know. Yeah. Because, it's the WWE.
Right.
But it's like you don't want them to screw this up.
Right. And I think for me, it's all transactional anyway. As long as the product's good, I'm watching it. I'm a Ring of Honor fan, especially right now because they got Shane Taylor Promotions and Jonathan Gresham. Like they got some brothers at the top of Ring of Honor card right now.
Okay.
I really rocks with them.
Right.
When Impact, so I can't watch all of Impact, but when the black people on Impact, I watch that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Not even just the Kenny Omega stuff. Like I watch the black folks at Impact. They doing that.
So you're a Kenny Omega fan?
Yeah. Yes and no. No. Well, let me say this. I'm not the internet Kenny Omega fan.
There you go.
I like what Kenny Omega does. I watched New Japan with Kenny Omega in it. I still got my New Japan World subscription, and Kenny Omega ain't been there for years. He's really good. He was really, really good in the ring. I think he has injuries now that holds him back from being the guy that he was in New Japan.
And this is why I said CM Punk, Daniel Bryan coming in. They have Kenny doesn't feel like the world champ no more. And that's where I'm going. Like I look,
you got a point. That's a good point.
And that's where I'm going with it. I'm sorry, no disrespect to Christian, but that's not that world title match. It's just like that's flat for me. It doesn't. It feels like if you knew you were going to be bringing in Punk around this time frame, Kenny to me somehow should have been in the mix because it feels like everything just got smaller for some of these guys.
Yep.
And I'm sorry, but you're going into All Out next week, possibly Daniel Bryan showing up, yada yada. But it's like we're more excited to watch a Punk Darby Allin match,
right,
than Kenny Omega because it's like I don't care about Christian Cage. No disrespect, I'm just not into it.
Yeah. So the problem is Kenny Omega was supposed to be fighting Hangman Page. Now Hangman Page was a dude that they've been building from day zero.
Yeah, like their Sting
of AEW. Right, exactly. He was supposed to be their Sting. Hangman Page's wife was having a baby, so he taking some time off, whatever. The problem with that is they didn't really find a good replacement for them.
Whoa. So Hangman Page did a Becky Lynch.
Yes.
But he not having a baby.
But he not having
the baby.
So this could have been his chance to get the strap, but he's like, he don't want the strap.
It was going to be his time to get the strap. The whole like the thing that I liked about AEW is they had a bunch of storylines wrapped up together. Now they had a bunch of disjointed stuff as well. I ain't going to front.
Inner Circle and Pinnacle.
Exactly. I kind of rock with them because they were just having some they were just beating each other's asses. I was rocking with that.
Right.
But the whole Dark Order, Elite, Hangman Page, all that wrapped together, that was a really good story. They have been telling that since New Japan.
Okay.
All that. So it's falling flat right now because they basically lost their main storyline.
But wouldn't it? Okay, but when you look at the roster, I think they're gonna find somebody a little better than Christian because of. I understand, letting Christian win the Impact title and then Kenny can win it back. I get that, right? It's just that you knew Punk is coming,
right?
And now it's like it went to another level, but your world champion fell to another level because he was the belt collector.
Right.
And now it's like, we're not even talking about that.
Exactly.
We're talking about CM, and we're talking about CM Punk. We're not even talking about Kenny Omega. So somehow I would have said, we probably need to put Kenny at least in the ring with Punk.
Right.
Like maybe after the promo, and I'm not even saying that night. I think that night was done perfectly, but you had him out on Wednesday, right?
Right.
So Punk comes out Wednesday, and here comes Kenny. Right. And Kenny's like, don't get it twisted. I'm the man here. Ice cream boy.
Right.
I'm the one with I'm the one with the belts. You can have your little match with Skate Boy over there.
Right.
But this is my thing.
Yep.
That to me is where you gotta look at the connected dots to say, put Kenny in the ring with Punk, right? And then Christian Cage will come out and say, wait a minute, it ain't even about Punk. You got me.
Right.
Those are the things that I think that the WWE Vince and other people would have said, let's make sure we don't lose some things because now what I'm saying is we're going to this pay-per-view, which is probably going to be their biggest pay-per-view buy rate. And if Kenny Omega don't close the show, that's another problem with the locker room.
Now, I also think what happened is with the whole belt collector thing, I think they ran into the situation where Impact was like, yo, it's time to collect. It's time to pay up.
Right.
You know, we put Kenny Omega on this. Now you got to give us somebody.
Right.
Because they did the whole thing where they had the TNA championship. Shout out to Moose for bringing the TNA championship back.
Right.
But they had the whole thing with the TNA and the Impact championship. Christian Cage went on Impact to retire the TNA championship because he's been TNA champion, all this or whatever. I think that was Impact saying, yo, all right, you got to give us something.
Right.
The same weekend that Kenny Omega lost to Christian Cage, he went and fought Andrade in AAA. At first, AAA was like, yo, Andrade getting the belt. However, Andrade ain't signed to AAA.
Oh.
So they made the decision at the last minute to be like, yo, keep it on Kenny because we don't want to get a belt to somebody that ain't going to sign. We know Kenny.
Right.
We know y'all sent Kenny down here.
Right.
AEW, so this is part of the problem of everybody working together.
Right.
Is that everybody else is being like, yo, it's time for your boy to do the job.
No, it's not, because they've done a bad job. And this is another reason why, okay, now this is getting to why AEW has a lot of problems. It's because they never allow, Kenny came out only really, in my memory, one time with the belts, and he didn't even carry him. He had some underling carry him. Yeah. They're not showcasing him with these other titles.
That's a good point.
And that's the problem.
They have not showcased him with
so
the
that
AAA
to
belt
me,
at
every
all.
time Kenny Omega should come out, he should be dripped in gold.
Right.
And they should be referencing he's the Impact champion, he's the AAA champion. They're not AEW has not been putting the focus on these other belts.
That's true.
So if I'm AAA and Impact, it's like, so why are we doing this?
Exactly.
They haven't even mentioned the names
these
on that.
belts got to come out with him. He needs
Yeah.
to be showing these belts all the time,
Right.
not just on Impact Television and stuff like that. And that's where I'm saying this is part of the problem with AEW that they have to start. They got to start looking at their product as this. There are things that the WWE does that has been that works.
The tried and true.
And it's not the WWE. They took shit from the AWA. They took shit from the NWA.
ECW.
They took shit from Dallas. It doesn't matter. There's just things in wrestling. So if he's the belt collector, have him come out with the belt.
Right.
There you go.
Period.
Him with not
the
Cyrus.
Him
not
with the
Young
belt,
Bucks.
and then he hands them over to Don. Oh, these belts are so heavy because I have so many.
Right.
But if you're going to bring in CM Punk, you should have said, how do we put him in the ring with Kenny? They don't have to touch. They don't have to feud.
Right.
But we got to make our champion look just as big as a superstar to CM Punk, even if it's about Darby Allin. And we got to do that early. It could have been this past week on Wednesday. All Kenny had to come out. He's a heel. Interrupt. Yo, I'm the man. And then Moxley came out. No, I'm the man. And everybody like, I'm the man. Okay. And CM Punk's going, y'all all the man. Y'all all get your shot. Y'all, but Darby's out first. You know what? That would have been great because you would have showed everybody. Everybody's acknowledging, Punk, you here, but I'm not going nowhere down this roster because of you or whoever else be coming. Yes. I don't. We here.
It would have been dope if they went that route too.
Because then we would have been sitting like, all right, now I get it.
Right. Yeah.
What we're talking about is, okay, where are we going with this?
Right.
This is where regardless of what Vince is going to do business wise or not, he's still got a brain trust over there, and they're watching. And they're saying, WCW mistake again. Another WCW mistake again. Another because they're saying to themselves, we have literally handed you outside of Punk, outside of Daniel Bryan. Daniel said, I don't want to resign, but we handed you Malachi Black. We've handed you possibly Braun Strowman. We've handed you Bray Wyatt. They literally said, we gave you these people.
Vince has almost legitimately said that verbatim.
So we're watching that you're filling up your locker room with our people that is dwarfing your people.
Wow. Right. Yeah.
And Vince is, and it's a chess move. If you think morale in my company's bad, Disneyland is not going to be so happy in a year.
That's true.
When all of a sudden all this TV time is going to my former people.
Yep.
That's a very good point.
That's a damn good
That's
point.
a very good point. That's a very, very good point.
Yep.
So, with that being said,
I think it's about that time.
It's about that time, y'all.
I think it's about that time.
Rated R. So Boogie D, I was telling you a little bit earlier, man. We have some awards that we give out on this here program. Rated R. Tell the
so
people.
Boogie D, I had to explain to you about this award. So we had an award called the "You Fucked Up, You Know Your Ass Is Doomed" award.
Okay.
And so originally, how you got this award is really quite simple. If you were in the realm of professional wrestling and you did some dumb shit, we were the motherfuckers to tell you about yourself.
All right.
Yeah,
All good.
Yeah. But then COVID happened. Fucked everything up. Fucked it all up. And it might be happening again, y'all. Fucked it all up. So we're MMA fans too, so we decided to watch. We're huge John Jones fans, right? But John Jones been, he does.
He like that white powder.
He does. You said it, not me.
That cocaine.
So
he went to Ike Turner School of Sniffing.
Yeah.
You mean something? Never mind.
Eat the cake, anime. Eat the cake.
I'm sorry.
So one day John Jones gets in his vehicle in Albuquerque, New Mexico, during the middle of a global pandemic, and he commences to get a DWI. And it's a pandemic, John Jones. Why are you not at home? So we decided to change the award from the "You Fucked Up, You Know Your Ass Is Doomed" award to the John Jones's Freedom Memorial Award.
Okay. All right, let's go.
Because John Jones wanted his freedom to die.
Yeah,
he ain't want it no more.
He don't want it no more.
Should we add the companionship awards to it as well?
Yeah,
so there's two other awards that we have too.
All right.
So the secondary award, you know Adrian Broner, the boxer Adrian Broner, right?
Yes.
So Adrian Broner one day decides to fight Manny Pacquiao. Shout out Manny Pacquiao lost his last fight. I'm sorry, y'all. But Adrian Broner, and I'm a fan of Adrian Broner. I like Adrian Broner, but he told Manny Pacquiao, and he said this, and I quote, "Y'all motherfuckers think I'm crazy. I'm about to lose to Manny Pacquiao. I'm about to beat his motherfucking ass on God and them, and I don't know who them is." And what happened that night? Manny Pacquiao beat his ass. So anytime you're in the realm of professional wrestling, you say you're going to do something, but it didn't happen the way you thought it was, we have the On God and Them Award.
Okay, I like that. All right.
So there's one more, and we're done.
Okay.
So if you do something that you commence to get all the awards on the show that we have to give you, we give you the Nate Robinson Award of Egregiousness. And it's egregious because he...
Wow. You really going to do that to little Nate? I'm a Knicks fan, dude. What we doing right now, son?
That's true.
Because I'm a New Yorker. That's what we doing.
I know, but I mean,
y'all don't even got a basketball team.
No, we're not talking about basketball. He got in there and fought Jake Paul and got knocked out.
But all the means he had on the Knicks uniform. Like, what the fuck? He ain't played for New York in 10 years. What are you talking about? All right, go ahead, go.
Don't feel bad. Jake Paul done already knocked out one Mizzou guy. Hopefully it's not another.
It's not happening again. Come on, Tyrone Willie, man. Come on, man. Come on, dog.
Look, T Wood.
Let's go, T Wood.
I met you. You came up to the radio
station. I met him too. I met him.
No, he brought the belt when he had it. And man, I got photos. That belt is heavy.
Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah, hell yeah.
I wanted to jack him for it.
They put it next to the Hulk Hogan belt.
No, I was gonna sell this motherfucker. This shit real. This shit was like, yo, that's some real shit.
Come on, Tyrone.
Yeah, man, you represent St. Louis.
You know what? Come on, Tyrone.
Can I just say one thing?
Go ahead.
Ty. We just want to say one thing. Nelly versus. We can't do this again for St. Louis. You can't drop the ball for St. Louis again. I mean,
Daryl behind the camera, he almost got up and walked out. He was about to take the camera, the lights, everything with him.
And I'm just saying, there's an alley waiting on you from the St. Lunatics.
So this podcast is gonna go on after the fight. So hopefully, fingers crossed. Tyrone, come on, man. You gonna knock this dude out, man. Come on, man.
But
who we got for the docket this week, man?
So on the docket this week, we already talked about this one a little bit. But we have to give. I'm gonna say this is the John Jones Award.
Okay.
No. This might be Nate Robinson. But we talked about Karrion Kross, right? Yes. We're not giving him the award. We giving whoever designed his gear the award because they made him look like, I'm gonna put it up on the screen. They made him look like Executioner off of WCW NWO versus the World.
Holy shit. I can't believe you found that. Oh my God.
They made Karrion Kross look like the generic creative player on WCW NWO versus the World on Nintendo.
You know what's been said? That's good shit, Karrion. That's good shit, Karrion. Trust me, you look intimidating.
This is such good shit.
It's good shit.
Such good shit.
That shit that Paul had you doing, you wasn't intimidating enough. This strap shit, trust me.
So here's my question: was Vince playing Nintendo 64 and saw
Had
that
to
shit?
be. Somebody.
Had to be.
Somebody was playing Nintendo 64.
Somebody was playing this and brought it to him. Like, Vince, look at this. He's like, Bucket, get him that shit. He said, wait, Karrion, put the shit on.
Wow.
So we got that. I'm gonna go back to the John Jones.
Vince need to just had he had his 76th birthday. Was his 72? Did he just turn 72 yesterday or 76?
76.
76. He needs to sit his old ass down, man. He's trying to sit his old ass down.
Sit it down.
Vince, I know you still
come on, man.
Squat 500-600 pounds, bench press 200-300 pounds. Hey man, come on, dog.
Come on, dog.
I mean, the bow tie's got you looking real crazy. You can't talk no more.
Have you seen Vince McMahon's, like, his facial expressions don't change?
They can't.
They can't. He has the same facial expressions for everything. Happy, sad, indifferent.
Linda, like, I don't sleep in that room no more.
Hell no.
All right, so,
I don't know that, man.
All right, so last award that we're going to give out is going to be the John Jones's Freedom Memorial Award.
Okay.
We're going to give it to
Who we giving it to?
Alistair Overeem.
What the fuck he do?
Who's that?
Oh, he's the UFC fighter.
The UFC fighter.
I'm not in the UFC.
Okay. So he fought. He was I guess Brock Lesnar's second to last fight before he fought Mark Hunt and got popped for steroids. Alistair Overeem beat Brock Lesnar's ass.
Okay.
He beat the shit. Yeah, but so he had diverticulitis and shit.
Right. So
what did he do?
Alistair Overeem gets the award for somebody. He was in an interview and they asked him about, hey, you see CM Punk and Brock Lesnar come back to wrestling for using homophobic slurs to describe how you felt about Brock Lesnar and CM Punk coming back to wrestling.
Is this that when you about to put me on the screen again where I'm looking?
No, we ain't editing this. We might.
You might have to.
But Alistair Overeem said, so they asked him, hey, what you think about it? He said, the thing with the whole wrestling thing, I watched it when I was 8, 9, 10 years old. Overeem, who faces Verhoeven October 23rd under the Glory Band.
Glory, yep.
Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, huge fan of those guys. Honky Tonk Man, great, funny. Andre the Giant. I stopped watching after that, so I'm not watching since 92, 93, 94. Okay, all good. So he said, and recently I started looking again on YouTube and oh my God. This stuff is lame. It's just lame what these guys are doing. It's fake, it's lame, it's stupid, it's gay. It don't make no sense.
Wow. And you're the one blocking somebody in full guard. And that's gay.
This man is an MMA wrestler. He not no kickboxer. He's a wrestler. Ground and pound, my guy.
If you ain't watched MMA, do your research on what full guard looks like on TV. And you let me know what's gay and what's not.
Ground and pound, my guy.
Okay.
And that's how you talk about wrestling.
Hold up, wait a minute before y'all start coming.
I have nothing to say.
I have to say this. I know I'm an MMA fan. I know full guard is what you use to try to protect yourself from getting your ass beat. I'm not. This is addressed in this, and I know Alistair Overeem, you beat my ass. I know that too, but you can't say that. Okay, you
can't do that, Overeem.
Yeah, he can't.
You can't say that. That's basically
can't,
what I'm saying.
I can't co-sign that. I'm gonna have some more Branson. I'm gonna do that.
Hey man, where can they find you at, man?
Hold up. Before we get out of here, so we always try to make sure that we highlight a black pro wrestler before we get out of here. We call it the I'm Black Y'all segment.
Yes, sir.
Boogie D, since you are our guest today, and this might be a crazy question. It's probably gonna be like the question about your favorite match, but favorite black wrestler
of all time.
Of all time, who you got?
Well, I ain't have a chance to do no research.
I know,
and the list ain't that long.
It ain't a lot of them.
Well, let's list them out. Like if you got a top
I'm
five,
be honest.
you got a, top three.
Here's the thing. Junkyard Dog would have to be up there,
Yep,
and I'm talking NWA Dog, not WWF Dog. That's me. That's more when he came to get the check.
That's a good distinction. For sure.
I would have to say Ron Simmons because he was the first true champ in that run in WCW. But I mean, if we're really gonna call it like the greatest, it's The Rock. I mean, and to me, you know, it's because The Rock has been able to earn respect
and transcend wrestling.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
that normally a lot of black wrestlers wouldn't get because of who he is now.
Right.
And to have that type of power, that type of stroke.
Right.
But I mean, but also if you do look at the rise of from Rocky Maivia to The Rock to who he is now,
right,
and how he was able to do it, you got to say that's the best right now that I've ever seen. But if you really want to say, if you want to go back in the day when it was really hard for black wrestlers, male or female,
absolutely,
you got to say the Junkyard Dog.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely,
because he was a superstar
right,
among superstars, even though he never got the strap.
Right, right.
So that's my list.
I am not.
I'm sure we can add Tony Atlas and we add other people, you know, but Farouk's not getting, not Farouk, but Ahmed Johnson ain't making the list. Sorry.
I'm glad you said that. We actually end this show with a drop from Ahmed Johnson
every week,
every single week.
It's fucked up, but
juice makes sugar.
Juice makes sugar.
Oh man, you would whoop my ass, but you was a horrible fucking wrestler.
Man, he was terrible.
Terrible. Got to push too.
Show that. They were trying to make him the first black champ.
Yeah.
He's the first black intercontinental champion.
He messed it up.
That Vince was gonna make him.
Yeah,
because WCW had already had run.
Yeah.
You know, they're still bad because they did that at a house show in Baltimore. I still thought that was cheap. That Vader dropped the belt to Ron Simmons at a TV taping.
Right,
So,
right.
but anyway, I'm sorry.
All right, no, you good, man. Boogie D, man. So you came on repping the Branson Cognac. It is very good.
It is very good.
We killed this. We killed this bottle.
Can you tell?
Yeah.
As you can see, shout out to 50 Cent for that one. But Boogie D, man, you got anything you want to plug on the way out of here?
Kazi Society. This is where we're filming at. This is my white spot.
100%.
So definitely come book it. You can follow me at Boogie D718 at Twitter and Instagram. My wife controls the Facebook, so I ain't on there. So if you're sending messages, there's no reason I don't hit you back. I have no idea. I don't like Facebook. But that's where you can find me. And if you're in Kansas City, listen to 107.3 KC's R&B and Hip Hop.
All right.
Hey, yo,
station I'm at.
We actually have a bunch of KC listeners. I'm a Mizzou guy,
Yep.
so a bunch of my KC homies listen to this. So check out Boogie D on there. Rated R, man. Where can they find you at?
Oh, y'all know y'all can find me on all social media platforms. R8TED_R. That's all I got.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Freshly Alpha Redacted.
It was freshly off of redacted. Why did I go redacted the first time?
I don't remember. We were talking. We had to edit it out. We was talking.
Oh
crazy.
yeah, that's why I went redacted because I didn't want you
crazy.
motherfuckers to find me. That was the reason why, and I probably will regret. You might need to do some heavy editing again, sir.
We'll see. You're right. You're right. I am RVS, man. You can find me at FrenchISO6. It's FRANCHICE06. All social media. Make sure that y'all hit up the We Coming For You cast on all social media platforms. So we got the Facebook group, the We Coming For You Wrestling Cast Fans. We got TikTok, Instagram, Twitter at WCFY Cast. We got the email. If you want to send us an email or just comment below. But if you want to send an email, WeCominForYouCast@gmail.com. And last but not least, this is a real website. Our website is ProWrestlingBlack.org.
That's for real.
All right, that's dope. I would love to come back anytime y'all want.
Oh,
man,
absolutely.
we love to have you back, man.
We gotta have you back.
Gotta have you back.
You're definitely a great voice on this episode today, man. So we gotta have you back for sure.
All good.
Yes, sir. So,
before y'all go, I need.
Hold on.
We got the man. Hold on.
Where is my interview with the dude Shaka, whoever from last week? I didn't want to come in. I couldn't let this episode go without voicing her.
So I still need to find his social media, but Shaka. So I don't know if you saw this.
I couldn't let y'all get
A couple weeks ago, they had Pro Wrestling at the Ambassador. You see his face?
That's a thing. Yes.
They had Pro Wrestling at the Ambassador. So we played a promo from a guy named Shaka, who he was about this big.
No, me and him was being booked together.
Yes. Him and Daryl have an arm wrestling match on the Pro Wrestling at the Ambassador TV. Right, he was cutting a promo. His smoke detector battery was going out, so it was chirping in the background. So we need to get him on the show.
Yeah.
But remember that Pro Wrestling
Ambassador?
At the Ambassador, bro.
Like,
so what happened? So Music Soul Child performed at the Ambassador not too long ago.
At the wrestling event?
No.
That would have been even worse.
So many things.
I'm just okay, all right, okay. So the Ambassador, okay, we on hard times. I get it.
Hey man, it's
I
a
get it.
pandemic.
Oh,
It's a
man.
pandemic for everybody.
I did a couple of parties at the Ambassador.
But you never would think a wrestling show would be
that
at
kind
the-
of threw me.
Yeah.
Kind of threw me.
Yeah.
But how many people went?
I don't know.
Is it like a champ? Did they have a belt?
Yes. So
So this is an organization.
Yes, this is an organization.
it's an organization.
Called,
And hold on, respects to the organization because they got to do something to get by.
I actually went and researched this. They have a full setup, everything. I went
Okay.
down this rabbit hole of all their other shows. They have a YouTube page and everything.
Yes.
Okay, so there's an organization.
It's an
in St. Louis.
organization. Yeah, in St. Louis. Yeah.
They also wrestle down at South Broadway Athletic Club.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Okay, all right. So they on the come up.
They on the come up. Yeah.
All right, I'm with that.
Okay.
Their champion is Big Moon Dog.
I didn't see no photos, man. I mean, this shit may work. This shit may work.
You want to see that part? Let's go.
I'm just.
Come on, y'all.
I'm
We
just
can't
saying.
laugh because these motherfuckers might come up here.
Hey man, Big Moon Dog might be legit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I mean, look. I'm just gonna say this because it's on YouTube.
Everybody got to get somewhere.
I was,
gotta
you
start
know,
somewhere.
there was
Yeah.
a there
You
was
gotta
a
start
small
somewhere.
it was a wrestling company in North Carolina, NDW. I was a part of that.
Okay.
I had a match against Johnny Fairplay. He was on Survivor.
shit. Hell
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the heel manager.
Okay.
So yeah, this shit is out there. So you got to
sure.
you got to start
You got to
small.
start somewhere.
You got to start small. You know,
It was just
I haven't seen a picture of Moondog.
right.
Maybe,
But
maybe,
the Ambassador is just not a place you would think pro wrestling would be.
No, I mean, Jeezy was there at the Ambassador. So
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Gucci was supposed to be there. but then he
Elder
moved to
Barge was at the
Yeah.
Ambassador.
Right.
So it's like, we got Elder Barge, Jeezy, and we got Pro Wrestling Saturday night.
Right, exactly.
But that's taking it back, though. Maybe that's the essence, though.
Wrestling
what?
at
That's
the
real.
Ambassador.
I salute that.
It
I
might
salute
be.
that.
It might be. Yo. So, for Boogie D, for Rated R, I'm RVS, man. We are the We Coming For You cast. We'll catch y'all next time.
We out this piece.
Peace.
You want it? You got it. You want me to get crazy? I'll get crazy. Sitting there apologizing. For what? Because I gotta fight three guys? Three guys trying to kill me? I'm a gang member, baby. Remember that.